Hey everyone, I'm Trevor and today we're at Disneyland for our March construction update for 2024. So let's get going. It's another beautiful day at Disneyland as we're coming down Main Street for our March construction update 2024. I've been arriving just a tad too early lately. I just keep leaving at home anticipating traffic, don't hit any, and I get up here before rope drop. I'd rather be here at like 8:01 after the crowd is already dispersed so I don't have to stand here waiting in the crowd. But this is what it is this morning, and it is Tuesday, February 27th. Well, the park just opened and we're just gonna sit here on a park bench and let the crowd thin out a little bit before we get on with the tour. And we're gonna start in Tomorrowland today because I've actually got some breakfast from Galactic Grill that we're gonna go collect in just a minute. But of course we have Astro Orbiter up here first. It's coming along. You can see they're putting it back together, but unfortunately, according to the refurb calendar, this has been extended 2 weeks. It was previously set to reopen on March 8th, but now it's going to be March 22nd, so a little bit of the ways into spring break. They generally don't like to have any construction during spring break. The start of it is around mid-March. I don't have like a specific date, but like the 15th of March or so. Disneyland tries its very hardest not to have a whole lot of construction going on, so this update is going to be pretty slim. We still have quite a few important things to cover, but we're gonna get some breakfast and lunch in this video so you can see some Disneyland food. Of course, as I'm doing this year, I'm trying to get things I've never gotten before, so if you keep watching throughout the year, hopefully you'll find some new foods that we've never covered. And here we are at Galactic Grill this morning to grab a bite to eat. And here it is. I thought we had gotten all of the burritos and we did our burrito video, which I'll link to down in the description if you are curious, but this is the soy chorizo country breakfast burrito. I know they have a chorizo burrito over at Disney California Adventure. I did not know they had one here. We should have tried it before. But this is a plant-based vegan option, meaning the egg that is in here and any sort of meats are going to be substitute variety. It's completely plant-based. And so I'm trying some more vegan options for you guys, and this is one of them. It looks pretty good. We're gonna give it a try. Well, it was pretty good. It is kind of hard to describe because it was packed with flavor. We're talking potatoes, peppers, onions, cheddar, egg, all inside a spinach flour tortilla. So it was just packed full of flavor. I still think the chorizo burrito over at DCA is better. I said that about the classic American breakfast burrito as well here from Galactic Grill, comparing it to the one over at Smoke Jumper's Grill. I feel like that one is better. So I think DCA has the best version of both of these burritos. If you're gonna get a breakfast burrito, save it for Smoke Jumpers. But this is an okay option. The chorizo one over at Smoke Jumpers is also vegan friendly, so they're both vegan plant-based options. We'll go ahead and continue our construction update now, and surprisingly, the Disneyland monorail finds itself on the refurbishment schedule. However, it is only for a single day, and that is going to be March 15th. I don't exactly know what they're going to be doing, but it's only a day, so don't fret unless the only day you're coming is March 15th. We're over here by Autopia at the moment to talk about something sort of tangentially construction related. So some people have expressed some desire in the comments in my videos lately about ripping out Autopia and replacing it with something else like maybe Tron at Walt Disney World, which would do a great job at improving this land because of course we still have these outdated noxious fume spewing gas guzzlers for this attraction. However, the only problem with that is that the monorail track does go right through the center of Autopia over there, and this above us, I believe this is probably Rocket Rod's track, if I had to guess. They could obviously tear that out, but the monorail track over there going right through the heart of Autopia, the only way to replace this ride with something like Tron would be to completely get rid of the monorail itself. Speaking of the monorail, it is sliding this way right now. There it goes. And I just don't see Disney ever removing the monorail. So I think we're stuck with Autopia or some other replacement for Autopia that is of a similar style. Not that they have any plans to replace Autopia. This is purely like, wishful thinking. As we step out into the parade path to head up to Toontown for just a quick poke around to look for construction walls, I do want to mention that Magic Happens is making a couple of changes in March. So right now, the Magic Happens parade happens once a day at 5:30. Beginning on Tuesday, March 5th, it'll switch to 3 p.m. in the afternoon, and that lasts for 3 days, March 5th, 6th, and 7th. And then beginning on March 8th, that is Friday, March 8th, Magic Happens returns to 2 times a day at 3 o'clock and 5:30. So the 3 o'clock parade showing will leave from up here in It's a Small World and make its way down to Main Street. The 5:30 showing will come back up here to It's a Small World from the beginning of Main Street. However, when it's only one per day, I have no idea where it is to be able to tell you what direction it's coming from. It all depends on where it was the previous day. And it looks like we do still have a construction wall up here next to Donald's Duck Pond. It doesn't actually affect the functionality of the play area here. It's just an ugly facade in the land, but it's still here. Because of course these construction updates don't just include rides that are on the refurb schedule or restaurants or things like that, but really just any sort of construction wall that we find around the land that may hinder your enjoyment of Disneyland. What happened to the sunshine? After 5 months of refurbishment and several delays, the Mark Twain Riverboat returns to service today, Tuesday, February 27th. That's pretty awesome for those of you who love the Mark Twain. They've got some seats up front. I saw a lot of people commenting on that. The sailing ship is great, but it doesn't have anywhere to sit. And there are seats right here at the bottom half, front section of the Mark Twain Riverboat, which resumes its tours around the rivers of America today. Over here at the Stage Door Cafe, scrim and construction walls still up. As with our last update, it's still open. There's an entrance and exit right there available for you, but this ugly facade is still in the way. Generally, they try to make their scrim look a little more appealing, like as if it were to match, you know, the facade next to it, but that is not the case here. This has been up for over a month. Hopefully it comes down before spring break, but we shall see. And with the Mark Twain Riverboat vacating the dry dock, the sailing ship Columbia is taking its place for a short refurb from yesterday, Monday, February 26th, through Friday, March 1st. So just a short refurb, less than a week. The sailing ship is just getting some minor touch-ups. The construction walls for Haunted Mansion have actually come out a little bit. They've taken up this whole walkway. Now the only way to get around the area is the path that goes by the harbor galley. That's going to create a lot of congestion in this area. Hopefully those construction walls push back a little bit before spring break. Otherwise, this is going to be a huge choking point. What are they doing exactly with the Haunted Mansion queue? I had the opportunity to spend quite a bit of the morning with David from Fresh Baked the other day, thanks to a Getaway Today event, and there'll be a couple of videos coming out on the channel soon about that Getaway Today event. And he shared with me that what they're actually doing here is they're putting in an ADA entrance to Haunted Mansion. So as it currently stands, anybody like wheelchair bound and things like that have to go through the main elevator, and then they actually have to go back out that elevator as well. That means that they have to like run them through in reverse. It delays the whole line process. I'm not exactly sure what all goes on there, but I do know that they're building and they're drilling another elevator shaft for a special ADA entrance, and that is the bulk of the construction that's going on here. That's from David from Fresh Baked. I did not know that previously, but it's interesting to know. And during the Haunted Mansion construction, the New Orleans Square Disneyland Railroad Station is closed. Now the train still comes through here. This train is still in operation. In fact, this station is where it fills up with water. It's a steam engine, so it gets its water here at this station. It stopped for a little while, but nobody gets on or off at this location, meaning that there are only 3 entrances currently to the Disneyland Railroad for the entire duration of the Haunted Mansion queue renovation. And down here at the far end of Haunted Mansion, they have actually extended the construction walls down here as well to engulf the exit of the attraction and the little shop that was there, because again, they're going to be putting in a Memento Mori store. For the last month or so, that's still been open, but obviously now it has been closed. So we have full-on construction walls all the way down here until you get over to the walkway by Tiana's Bayou Adventure. As far as an update on Tiana's itself goes, I mean, not a whole lot looks different from last month to this month. They did add that water tower between the January and February updates, but nothing new that I can tell between the February and March updates. Boba Fett.
Boba Fett. Boba Fett. Where?
I always gotta do it. And our last little update here for Disneyland before we hop over to Disney California Adventure is that Wondrous Journeys with Fireworks makes its return March 22nd through April 14th at 9:30 p.m. We have no news on what's going to happen after that as of yet, but right now Wondrous Journeys will be replacing Mickey's Mix Magic beginning on March 22nd. It's 11 o'clock now and time for us to hop over to Disney California Adventure to continue our construction update. And to start us off, it's my favorite news to announce. Soarin' Over California makes its return for the Food and Wine Festival beginning on March 1st, going through April 22nd. So it's just a limited time, but this happens every single year during the Food and Wine Festival. So long as the festival is going on, Soarin' Around the World will be replaced with Soarin' Over California, my preferred version of the ride. Right across from Soarin' here, Humphreys is still under construction wall, but at least it's got a colored scrim now that makes it look like the building behind the scrim. So that's pretty great. I feel like the last time we came through was just regular brown scrim. Grizzly River Run ends its standard refurb on March 1st in time for spring break, so this attraction will be reopening. This is pretty normal for it just during the off season, but as we approach spring break, Grizzly River Run will be reopening starting on Friday, March 1st. We first brought this next item to your attention last month, but we know a little bit more now, sort of. Redwood Creek Challenge Trail is going to close on Monday, March 4th, and it is still closed as of the end of the refurb calendar right now, which is 6 weeks. A 6-week minimum refurb. No reopening date is currently listed. We don't know exactly what's going on here, except for that they're probably going to be replacing a lot of the nets and interactive elements in the land. As you come in here, you'll actually see that there's a whole bunch of like net climbs up there and things like that. So those are the types of items I expect to be worked on and updated during this extended refurbishment. It's just a little odd for them to do this over spring break. As I mentioned earlier, generally during spring break, they like as much things to be open as possible. So it's odd, but from what I hear, not like 100% unfounded. I guess this happens from time to time. The Food and Wine Festival officially begins on Friday, March 1st, as I mentioned earlier with the Soarin' update and announcement. These booths actually switched over to Food and Wine from Lunar New Year the day after Lunar New Year ended. So these booths have been up for quite a while, but the soft opening for these will likely be on Thursday, February 29th. Now, they usually do a soft opening for all the festivals. It's not like 100% guaranteed, but what does a soft opening mean? It means about half to 2/3 of these booths will be open on Thursday. Some of the others will not. That's why it's a soft opening. Not everything is open. The marketplace may not be open, but they definitely will have the availability for you to buy those sip and savor passes, and you can go to some of the booths a day early. Also, Amy and I will be here on Friday, just the two of us. The kids will be staying back with Grandma because they have school that day. Amy actually took a day off of work. She's coming up here for the first day of Food and Wine, and we are going to try as many food items as we possibly can. And then a video will be up Saturday as soon as I can get it up for you guys. A full tour of everything that's available and some of the items that we tried. And Radiator Springs Racers is, of course, already closed. We announced that last month. I believe it closed yesterday, Monday, February 26th, and it will be reopening on Saturday, March 2nd. So it's less than a week that it is closed, but it is closed currently. Sorry for anyone who is coming this immediate week. We also have some more sad news about another popular Disney California Adventure ride that we're going to talk about right now. That was super cool. I just saw Hero. I think that's his name, right? Hero? H-I-R-O. I had no idea he did meet and greets. And of course, that popular ride is the Incredicoaster. There it is, blasting off. Of course, we told you about this closure last month. We knew it was going to be closing on Monday, March 4th, but we had no idea when it was going to be reopening because it was too early on in the calendar. But we now know that it's going to be opening on March 15th. Just in time for the bulk of spring break. The sad news is, just yesterday, it popped back up on the refurb calendar for April 8th. It will be re-closing again on April 8th. So it's going to be closed for about 2 weeks, which is longer than Radiator Springs Racers. Open just in time for spring break to start. And then just as spring break is starting to peter out, it's going to close again. And this time we don't know how long for, because the refurb calendar only goes out a day past April 8th. as of today. So we'll have to wait a couple of more days to see when that's going to officially reopen. This is a bit odd, but Incredicoaster has been plagued with a lot of issues lately. I've seen some maintenance staff observing the support beams of the attraction. I've seen the ride get stuck multiple times and people have had to be evacuated out of some pretty high and precarious places in some instances. So it is not a surprise that this is undergoing some more refurbishment than initially anticipated, but it is a surprise that they're doing it twice instead of just keeping it closed. But I guess they have to get it ready for spring break. They don't want it to be closed during spring break, so if you're coming during spring break, rest assured, hopefully you should be able to ride the Incredicoaster. Now for lunch today, we're continuing our hot dog video that, it takes me a couple of weeks to compile this stuff because I don't get, like 10 hot dogs in a single day. We just get, a hot dog here, a hot dog there, and then once we've got enough, we'll put a hot dog video together for you guys. But here is a sneak peek at the hot dog that I got here today. I went to Angry Dogs and got the Angry Dog, and this is what it looks like. If you want to hear my thoughts, you can wait for that hot dog video to come out. And we only have one final update for you here at Disney California Adventure, and that is that on March 8th, the park will go back to closing at 10 p.m. Right now, Disney California Adventure closes at 9 p.m., but starting on March 8th, the hours extend back to closing at 10 p.m. And with that change, World of Color will once again add in a second showing. Right now, there's only a single one per night, but they will add back in one so that there is one at 9 p.m. and one at 10:15 p.m. And that's it for our time here today, giving you a construction update at Disneyland and Disney California Adventure. If you would like to see the construction progress in downtown Disney, I actually just put out a full tour of all of downtown Disney on Monday, and you can click that video right here to keep watching. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button on your way out. Thanks for watching, and we will see you again next time.